Good morning everyone, it's Steve again from the observatory on Bardsey. This is probably going to be certainly my last video of 2020 on this channel, and it's just to round up, summarise basically what a fantastic year we've had on Bardsey. We left Bardsey a couple of days ago and we're now at our winter residence. Sound like the Queen there. We're at our winter residence at Kelling in Norfolk, Alwood Cottage. I'm just going for a walk this morning over Muttleborough Hill. Just pan around and show you habitat that I'm not really used to. Lots of trees, muntjac deer. I can hear long-tailed tits. There's rooks flying over. And it's still quite autumn-like here in Norfolk, even summer-like yesterday. There's still lots of leaves on the trees. Some of them are starting to go brown, some have lost their leaves, but the oak trees are still all green, and it's been absolutely glorious since we got here 2 days ago. So we left Bardsey. Colin got us off on Wednesday. We managed to get our car MOT'd and sorted and brought back to us, and we then left Court Farm about 3:30, having seen the girls at court. We hung around to see Ella and Anest, to say goodbye to them. Remember, Ella was stuck on Bardsey with us during lockdown, and she had a great time, we had a great time. So we then headed off to Southport to collect our belongings, whizzed straight through Southport. We picked up our stuff out of Emma's mum's garage, went through to Rotherham that evening, and as Rotherham and Southport were both in tier 3 of the lockdown, we weren't allowed to stay with our parents, so we had to stay in a Premier Inn overnight. The following morning we went to my mum's to get more stuff, loaded up the car, and then headed down to Norfolk. We got guests in Alwood Cottage, so we couldn't stay there overnight. So fortunately our lovely friends William and Martha let us stay in their house just down the road, and then the following morning we were able to move into Alwood, but not before the cleaners went in and gave it a good de-COVID cleaning. So while the cleaners were in there, Emma and I went for a walk over Muttleborough Hill, where I am now, and round the back of the hill, the other side from where I am, to Kelling Water Meadows, which is where I'm heading at the moment. And we found an eastern yellow wagtail, which is the first record for North Norfolk, first for the Cly Square, and that's created quite a lot of interest. Apparently it's still there this morning, according to Rare Bird Alert. And yeah, Emma found it. She said something like, there's a wagtail that's got a buzzy call and no bib, interesting. I said, yeah, why? She says, there's one there. I lifted my bins and yeah, it was a eastern yellow wag. So well done, Emma. Yeah, there's been, as I say, quite a lot of interest, quite a lot of birders coming down to see it. We've got recordings of its call, so the sonograms look pretty good for Churchensis, the nominate form of eastern yellow wagtail. Now if you go on to Google and look at the range of eastern yellow wag, it is way east, like China east. It's this bird's not local by any stretch of the imagination. So just walking down past the Pheasant Inn and or Pheasant Hotel, the field full of winter wheat and a whole load of rooks in the field behind me. There's a lot more rooks over there. So back to 2020 on Bardsey. What a bizarre year. Absolutely bizarre. So we arrived on the 18th of March. Boris locked the country down on the 25th. We'd been there a week. And we had untold number of meetings with Bardsey Island Trust, our trustees, some of our trustees, Diane and Joe Brownlee, and myself, to come up with a plan. And the plan was we shut down the island. So the island was closed. Only essential supplies were brought on as per the lockdown rules. And that was it. We saw no one from March through to July. No one apart from family from court who came over once the rules had been lifted slightly and family could go and see other family within 5 miles. So Gareth's family, his daughter's son-in-law came over for, I think it was Ella's birthday. But yeah, Bardsey was very weird. It was very quiet without you guys. It was lovely. It was, we often say that the winter time, once all the visitors have gone and we've got the island to ourselves, is so special. And it was like that, but in spring, in summer. And it was a special time for us all on the island. It's something that we'll never forget. And Bardsey is such a special place any time of the year. But this year was truly amazing. It was odd not having our guests, not seeing our friends. We missed them. We really, really missed them. And the few that did come, we were so glad to see them. And it's been a bit of a difficult year. We had some fantastic birds in spring. We had a greenish warbler, 2 Blythe reed warblers, marsh warbler. We didn't get subalp this year, a bit disappointing, for the second consecutive year. We had shorelark, woodchat shrike, rose-coloured starling, some really good arrivals of blackcaps and willow warblers. What else did we have? A fair bit of stuff. Lapland buntings, black redstarts, black kite. So yeah, it was a good spring. Then the summer arrived. We were busy doing the seabirds and all the seabird work. Then we were allowed to have visitors. We then had to think about how we were going to take visitors at the OBS. It was pretty much impossible with the rules as they were. So what we decided to do was open up one side of the observatory and run it in the same way as BITL run their houses. So people could hire one side of the house. Worked fine. We got some people on the island. Now, autumn was great as well. We had some good birds. Just trying to think, Richard's pipits, 3 woodlarks, good arrivals, great spotted woodpeckers. We ringed 6, I think it was. We had lots of long-tailed skewers, good numbers of pom skewers and bonxes and arctics. Not so many sabs gulls. Only 3, I think it was. Balearic shearwaters were in short supply. We had a reasonable number of sooties. Then we had usual arrival of yellow-browed warblers. They're always nice to see. And then what else did we have? Well, bird of the autumn, our star bird, was a new bird for the island, which you may have seen the video. I don't know if I did a video. I was walking, it was a horrible day, blowing really strong easterly. It had been monsooning almost. Rain stopped to a drizzle, and we had an arrival of birds. I went out, got absolutely soaked, and we had firecrest in Plaswithy, yellow-browed in Christinwithy, another yellow-browed in Tipethlawithy, eastern lesser whitethroat in Plaswithy, and then as I was walking back to the obs, I flushed a wagtail that gave a really sharp, piercing but buzzy call, and my glasses were totally covered in rain, my bins were wet through, my lens cloths were soaking, so I couldn't clean my bins. But it looked and sounded like an eastern yellow wagtail. It was still raining, so I radioed George and Sam and Alex. They came down, brought me a clean lens cloth. We saw it better, saw it well, and lo and behold, it was Bardsley's first eastern yellow wagtail. It's a bit weird that we came off Bardsey, and on our first day in Norfolk, we find eastern yellow wagtail. So, yeah, it's been a great year. As I said earlier, we really have missed you guys. It was great to see Alison on the island for the day. Lovely to see Anne, who managed to get over for the day. And then the folk who came over for a week, or Jeff and Richard for a fortnight. It was so nice having you guys on the island. So, right, I better sign off now. Got my buff, or it's in my pocket, and my mask, just in case I bump into anyone. And out doing my daily exercise. It's a 5-mile tromp around Kelling Quags and that area. What have we got here? A whole load of chaffinches. And yeah, I may end up doing another one of these videos throughout the year. Might even do a little round Norfolk tour if we get out of lockdown, and show you a few other places. But this is my little patch. So heading down towards Kelling Quags, this little path. The Quags is a little water meadow just inland from the sea. Cley Norfolk Wildlife Trust Reserve is about 2 miles that way. Sheringham, the nearest town, is about a 5-minute drive in the opposite direction, and then inland is Holt. So it's a beautiful area of the world, and that's why we decided that we wanted to come and live here. So, right guys, hope you're all safe, hope you're all well. Keep away from this wretched virus, please. I want to see you all fighting fit next year, if we can have you back on Bardsey. And have a very Merry Christmas. It's a little bit early to be wishing people Merry Christmas. Have a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and let's hope that 2021 is better in many ways than 2020. Take care guys, and we'll see you soon. Bye.